Hello and welcome to Week 7 of the WCSL Draft League. This week we're fighting the Brunswick Chatots and their team of Dusclops, Ferrothorn, Sylveon, Meowstic Male, Gudra, Marowak, Luxray, Passimian, Wobbuffet, Shuckle, and Pukamuku. So this is a very interesting team. Like when we were all drafting our teams, we made the joke of like, oh, this team is just gonna like timer stall because they have so many bulky Pokemon here. In addition to Dusclops, Ferrothorn, Gudra's pretty bulky in its own respect, and they've got Luxray for Intimidate. And I mean, they've got screens to make everybody bulkier. Sylveon's not really, like, it's not frail by any means. I mean, physically it is, but especially. And then, like, Marowak has okay physical bulk. But, yeah, so we've made the joke, like, oh, they're just going to time stall everybody, right? So looking at this matchup from our team, initially... Let's see, can you even see our team? Yeah, just barely through the face cam. Initially, it doesn't look the best matchup for us, just because we have no real ways of stopping Dusclops. Like, the best way to shut down Dusclops is Taunt, and you look at our team, you're like, well, none of these Pokemon get Taunt, which are my best Pokemon. But I think I found a Taunter to use in this matchup, and that Taunter is Mr. Mime, who learns Taunt. It's, I think, my only Taunter. I don't know if Meowstic Female gets Taunt. I'm actually not certain about that. So we have Mr. Mime with Taunt. Real quick, there's actually two variations of this team that I made. I made one with especially defensive Lumberry, Excadrill, and then more bulky Mr. Mime with a lower IV and speed so that we can live Gyro Ball from any Ferrothorn that isn't Brave, and while still being faster than, like, uninvested Gudra. So this was the initial team, but then in testing, this team really struggled with dealing with Passimian. If it runs speed, it's going to be faster than Excadrill and Mr. Mime. It can one-shot Excadrill with close combat, or Mr. Mime with Gunk Shot if they choose to run it, which they might because I have 3 Fairy types. Well, I guess 2, because one of my Fairy types is also Steel type. So that's a little bit scary. Passimian kind of threatening. So then I crafted this alternate version of the team with Excadrill and Mr. Mime both faster. Excadrill faster than Mr. Mime by 1 point, so that way if we miss a high horsepower, we can clean up with Psyshock. And Solomon's also being 147, so if we miss a Draco or an Air Slash, we can clean up with Psyshock, Energy Ball, Mystical Fire, all 100% accurate moves. So there's that. The issues with this is that the specially defensive Excadrill can live 2 Muddy Waters from Gudra, whereas this one only lives 1, but this one can still live a crit, so that's important to know. And the Mr. Mime on this one is EV'd to live Bone Meringue from Marowak 100% of the time, because, I mean, assuming neither of the hits crit. Oh, no, it's not 100% of the time. It's like 99.4 or 99.6% of the time or something. It's like a very... I have the calc. I don't have that Mr. Mime in the calc. 236. We can pull it up there. 236, 172, I think. And then we'll put Marowak over here. So the Bone Meringue is doing, so only the very maximum roll of this is going to kill us after Citrus Berry, because it's doing 125.5%. Obviously, we have 125% after we eat our Citrus Berry. The first hit will always proc no matter what, because it does 104 minimum, so the first hit's going to do 52 minimum. Proc the Citrus Berry, get 25% back, and then we can live. The only way that this kills us is on 2 absolute maximum rolls, which is very unlikely. It's 1 out of 16 times 1 out of 16. So it's very unlikely to happen. So yeah, I really liked this Mr. Mime spread, but it's just too threatening against Passimian. And then I messaged my friend Pineapple, like, do you think he brings Passimian versus me? And then he says no, but we've had this matchup before, or we've had this debate before with this team, the Guadalajara Gibbles. I said, yes, they bring Lucario. He said, no, they don't bring Lucario. They brought Lucario. Didn't bring it to the actual game, but they brought it to team preview. And I think Passimian... Like, let's take a look at my team real quick. So, like, Passimian is good against Excadrill. It's kind of neutral versus Milotic. If I don't burn him, it's not great. I might be able to recover stall it, so I'm just going to leave Milotic as neutral. Again, Solomon's is an awkward one, because Solomon's is faster, and it kind of can just one-shot it with Air Slash. It's good against Gigalith, though. It's kind of, again, neutral with Klefki. One thing about Solomon's is that it will get an attack boost off of Solomon's, which is good for him, but then I could just kill him back with Air Slash. Togetic, it can't do much to, but I guess I can't do too much to it either. It's bad against Rotom Fan. Oh, wait, I'm highlighting ones it's good against. It's good against very good against Stoutland, because it'll get the Defiant boost, and then, well, if I'm running Intimidate, but then it'll just knock me out because I'm a normal type. And then it's bad against the 2 Psychic types. So it's really just for my Sand. It's good for my Sand mode, but that's about it. So honestly, I can see where he's coming from. It may not come, but I want to be prepared for it in case it does come. So I think I am going to run with the speed on these two. It doesn't change too much defensively because, like, this Mr. Mime, it can still... Oh, I'm getting messaged. It can still live Bone Meringue from Intimidated Marowak, which is important. So, like, if I see Marowak, I could always switch in Salamence, Intimidate it, and then live. The one thing is that we will pretty much always die to Gyro Ball from Ferrothorn. Like, with this... Let's go back to the Mr. Mime. Please stop. I'm going to go on Do Not Disturb. Okay. Mr. Mime, my custom set versus Ferrothorn. So the issue being this... Oh, Intimidated. So Intimidated non-Brave Ferrothorn cannot kill. And then Brave... Oh, we still have the bulk. What the fuck? Mr. Mime, my custom set. Okay, yeah, I do die to Intimidated Brave. What about Intimidated... Yeah. Yeah, this Mr. Mime dies a lot more often than the other one. To pretty much any Ferrothorn Gyro Ball. Like, yeah, if it's not Intimidated, it's any Ferrothorn Gyro Ball will kill me. So that's, like, the big scary thing. Got to keep out in mind. And I'm really not sure. It's so tough because if the past... Oh, another thing is that on this Executor, I'm running Muscle Band because I needed to be adamant to KO Sylveon with Iron Head. And it also puts... Like, I've got these... the way these EV spreads work is that the high horsepower from this plus Psyshock will kill max HP Goodra, like, exactly. So I originally made the spread when I was adamant, and now Mr. Mime doesn't have enough EVs to change, so I just put Muscle Band on to basically give myself a 10% boost. So basically, it's like I'm adamant and jolly at the same time. Not quite... Like, I would have loved to run Soft Sand, but then I give up one-shotting the Sylveon guaranteed. And again, so, like, we can look at the Pokemon that I think come, right? So, like, Dusclops, I think comes, like, no matter what, because I don't have any super effective stab on Dusclops, so I think it's a very good bring for him. Looking at my team, I don't have any fire types, so I think Ferrothorn looks really good here too. But those two, I think Marowak absolutely comes, because Marowak is my opponent's kill leader, or KO leader, because Pokemon don't die. Yeah, the KO leader, and it's good against Excadrill, it's good against Gigalith, it's good against Klefki. It's good against Rotom. He can use it to Lightning Rod Rotom hits. And then it's, like, fine against my D-tiers. They can't do too much back to it unless I run, like, Energy Ball, which, spoiler alert, I am on Mr. Mime. I don't think Luxray comes. Intimidate's nice, but I just have the best ground type in the format. Yeah, I don't think it comes. So that's these three coming. Again, it's like Meowstic could come, it could not. It's a coin flip on Meowstic. I don't think Sylveon comes because of my steel types. Goodra, I could see it coming because it's got a good matchup versus, like, Milotic and Salamence, but not so good against the Sand. But it could be, like, in the back. I don't know. It's good against my special attackers, bad against my physical attackers. Passimian, the reason I'm doing this is because I'm like, does Passimian come, yes or no? And it's like, I think Passimian looks better than Sylveon. I think it looks better than Luxray. I think it looks about equal with Goodra. Probably a little bit worse than Meowstic. Meowstic probably comes. But then the issue, the really hard thing to place is these three on the bottom, because they don't do anything offensively. They literally just sit there and don't do much. So I would actually be kind of pleased if they came. But, like, this is the squad that I'm most worried about rolling up to. But, like, if these... Honestly, it doesn't matter. Literally, if Passimian doesn't come, I think I'll be very pleased. Because if Passimian's not coming, then I'm just safe to lead. Basically, if there's no Sylveon and no Passimian, I can lead Salamence Mr. Mime. But if there is Sylveon and Passimian, I'm going to lead Excadrill Mr. Mime, I think. On game 1, my opponent's got to be aware of fake outs, so they might be protecting on turn 1, which might let me get a little cheeky taunt off on the Dusclops, because I don't think it really runs protect that often. Then, Yeah, that's about it for this. So these guys are both fast and Passimian. That's about it for this EV spreads. The Gigalith is just max HP, max attack. Let me pull that up. The Gigalith is for Ferrothorn, actually, I believe. With the Choice Band superpower, yeah, it one-shots any Ferrothorn that doesn't run physical defense EVs. And if they do, then it's doing just tons of damage, going to 2-hit KO. Very good, very good. It's just good damage. The Throat Chop does... excuse me. Throat Chop is doing, like, relax. It'll 3-shot... 3-shot with a chance to 2-shot this. With Chip from Sandstorm and stuff, it's just a ton of damage. And then the Rock Slide is just doing lots of damage to everybody. And the Heavy Slam is for Sylveon, and it 2-shots Marowak as well. Then this Togetic is... I actually don't know what it does. Who would it be for? Is it to live 2 Marowaks? It might be to live 2 Marowak Rock Slides. Yep, that's what we are. We're living 2 Marowak Rock Slides, and then we have just the rest in special defense. Dazzling Gleam is just our best move, and it actually does hit Passimian pretty hard. I assume they probably just go no bulk. Just 2-shotting that pretty much. And one of them might crit, do tons of damage. And then we got Yawn to put the Dusclops to sleep, because normally on Trick Room setters that are like pretty fast, I like to run Encore so that I can Encore them back into Trick Room. But Yawn is pretty nice because I can put it to sleep. Oh, and again, Excadrill is running Swords Dance, so I either lead Excadrill, Togetic, or Excadrill Mr. Mime. Swords Dance is better in the Togetic matchup because I can like just spam Follow Me and then just set up Swords Dances, and at +3, I believe, or +4, I guess, the 2 Swords Dances. Dusclops. 252. Relaxed. Sandstorm, and we go to +4. Yeah, our high horsepower is doing tons of damage, but even at +2, we 2-shot Dusclops, like, guaranteed. And then we are gonna one-shot... I don't think we one-shot Ferrothorn, right? We do one-shot Ferrothorn if it's not physically defensive. Very important. We're a very good range to hit. We have Safeguard on Klefki. This is kind of our insurance against Pyukumuku Toxic Stall. We could just bring this in, set up screens, Safeguard, and then just not ever worry about Pyukumuku. The special defense is for, I believe, Goodra Flamethrower. Yes, Goodra Flamethrower. We live 2 under light screen. That's really his only special attacker. I did not realize that it's like all... Oh, Sylveon too, but I don't think Sylveon comes because it's a fairy type. It is good versus Salamence, though, so that you got to keep that in mind. But this Salamence is faster than Passimian. We've got max special attack Modest just to hit as hard as we can, and then just the rest in bulk. One important thing to know about this Salamence, one interesting matchup is versus Pyukumuku. I assume they go physically defensive because I've got so many physical threats on my team. But when they have Unaware, my Draco Meter is doing 70 to 80% to them, which is really good. Actually, we can even make them specially defensive just for the sake of example. Sassy. So we're still doing 50%, right? We hit them with the first Draco Meteor, and then we go to -2. But the second one does the same damage because they're unaware, which means that they ignore our stat changes, which is super cool. So we can always 2-shot Pyukumuku with Salamence. If they go innards out, then I think Excadrill just destroys them because Pyukumuku, 252, 252, relaxed. Yeah, we're just kind of destroying them with +2 or +3. Or maybe not +3, but +4. Yeah, we just destroy them with Excadrill. And like even if we've changed off of ground type, like even if we go to water type, it's gonna they take so many turns to kill Excadrill before like because they can only attack with status, so they're just gonna poison me. It takes so many turns to kill me that I can just set up on it and be fine. And then Mr. Mime is the glue that holds all this together with Taunt, because Taunt should theoretically shut down Dusclops. Meowstic, I guess. They're gonna get one screen up versus us, but that's not the biggest problem. Shuts down Pyukumuku almost entirely. Shuckle for the most part. Wobbuffet will not be able to use Destiny Bond or Encore or Safeguard or anything like that. So it's just gonna click Recover and Mirror Coat forever, and we just ignore it. Like the annoying thing about Wobbuffet is like if we ignore it and then they click Encore, and then they could send in somebody that's good, like, versus us, and we can't switch. Like, that's kind of scary. We can taunt Wobbuffet to avoid that, which is nice. So Taunt is really good in this matchup, and this is my only taunter, so we gotta kind of protect Mr. Mime. And then Mystical Fire is gonna do like 70 to 80% to Ferrothorn. Basically, Exeggutor High Horsepower plus Mystical Fire will KO Ferrothorn. Exeggutor High Horsepower plus Psyshock should KO these, not Meowstic, but it should KO Goodra and Sylveon. Exeggutor Ironhead plus Energy Ball should KO Marowak. And then, yeah. So that's what Mr. Mime's for. That's about all the team stuff I've done. I'm still like, I'm still really torn between, do I go the bulky one? Because I like this Mr. Mime a lot more than the fast one. It's very tough. It's very hard to decide which Mr. Mime I want. It all comes down to, does Passimian come or not? Because it's just, if it comes at its max speed, then it's really scary. But yeah, like, Dusclops is a certain, Ferrothorn's a certain, I think. Marowak's a certain. Those three are, like, coming always. But the issue is that a lot of these other Pokemon are very situational. Like, I don't think Sylveon comes, but Goodra could, Meowstic could. I don't think Luxray does. So, like, let's just say that these two that could come. Then the issue is that there's still, like, one slot left, and it's either going to be Passimian or one of these other ones. But then again, these aren't guaranteed, so it could be like that, and then that. I don't know. Overall, I think I'm going to roll with the fast team, just in case. You can never hurt to be safe, unless it does hurt to be safe. I don't know. But I guess for you guys, we'll just hop right into battle, and you'll see if he brings Passimian or not. So I'll see you then. Whew. All right, everything good? Audio recording good? Yes. Wheels, that's him. All right, GLHF. All right. Wheels is deciding. Okay. Let's turn off the webcam so that we can see the full team. Well, I guess we have to just select the rules and stuff first. All right. Participating team in party. All the items are right. Yes. And we'll grab a new theme that I looked up, like, good themes in Sword and Shield, and I remember this one's pretty cool, so we'll be using that. All right, get ready to write down the team. Okay, Clops and Sylveon, but no, what's it called? Dusclops, Pukumuku, Goodra, Marowak, Sylveon, and Meowstic. Okay, so I think that this is a very good lead. And then in the back, no Ferrothorn, wow. Do we need this guy? I think this is still fine, though, these two in the back. But yeah, we could definitely change up game 2. If he goes for Toxic Shell, Klefki can obviously come. It's weird that no Ferrothorn and no Passimian means that it's pretty safe to lead Solomons against anything that isn't a Sylveon lead. So if he brings Sylveon game 1, we can just Ironhead it with Excadrill, and then we can change up game 2 if we think it's going to be bad. So that's important to know. Whew. Is this the theme I'm thinking of? Yes, this is the cool one. I like this theme. I forgot about it, because you only hear it once in the game. Tootie and Johnson. Most interesting. What is that Meowstic gonna do? We can two-shot it, assuming it's Fizz-Def. Do we just Swords Dance here? What is the worst that could happen from a Swords Dance? I think I'm fine with that. And then we'll taunt the Pukumuku. Very good for us. Is it Mental Herb? He would run Mental Herb versus me, right? I have one Taunter and it's all of Mr. Mime. Yeah. Let's go for another one. And then we'll get... So basically, let's see, they have Reflect Up. And we are at +2. So High Horsepower will do 2. I guess we'll go for... So it's got Toxic, Reflect. That's definitely switching. Who's it switching to, though? I think I'm fine Psyshocking this slot in case it switches to Sylveon, Marowak, or Dusclops. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Gabby. Marowak, okay. Light Screen, fine. So Marowak. Week 7. I'm at +4 now. And they're under Reflect. Oh my god, High Horsepower kills. Yeah, High Horsepower kills Marowak. Iron Head should kill as well, actually. I'm fine doubling into the Marowak. Does it protect? I'm fine with that. Dead, okay. Excadrill gets one. There's an Energy Ball. Psychic, that's kind of what I was expecting as his attacking move. It's not going to do that much damage to Excadrill. And it all comes down to who this last mon is. Gloopy. Alright, Goodra. It looks like High Horsepower is killing this also. So I'll go for that. If I miss, it could be really bad, though. And then we'll Psyshock the Goodra. I'm assuming it's probably Assault Vest. So it's not going to have Protect. X-Girl takes another one. Dude, so the thing is, Nex said that he'd do a giveaway to anybody who can get 5 kills in one game with a Pokemon that has 0 kills on the leaderboard. So I was kind of hoping to get, like, some Mr. Mime kills. Like, that's the secret reason why I made it 1 point slower than Excadrill and Salamence, so that they would get chipped and then Mr. Mime cleans up. Unfortunately, this just looks like an Excadrill sweep to me. We'll go for Iron Head on the... Actually, let's just go for High Horsepower on the Mouse Stick. And then we'll taunt the Pyukumuku once again. And he forfeits. So I could give I think I'll give Mr. Mime 2 kills. I think I'll give Mr. Mime 2. If Mr. Mime doesn't end up getting the other 3, then I'm just going to give him all to Excadrill. Because Excadrill would be getting the kills. Oh, no, I'm supposed to give 1 to each, aren't I? I'll check after this. It's probably 1 to Mr. Mime, 1 to Excadrill. Yep, we'll go with the same team. So that was a very, very passive lead for my opponent. He's not going to do that again. Or he or she. Let me actually check so I don't accidentally misgender this person. Oh, they don't have a pronoun set, so my opponent is what I'll be referring to them as. Wheels. So Wheels is... they're definitely going to change up their strategy after the last game. But the question is, who's it going to be? It could be Marowak, honestly. Could lead Marowak. And honestly, I could just lead Salamence to account for that. Because Salamence will Draco the Marowak. Let me double check that Marowak... Let me double check that this Marowak will go down to Salamence. Salamence, Draco, under Light Screen, does 67, and then Mr. Mime. Energy Ball does 40. So yeah, it'll die to these 2 moves. And then Exca in the back, and this. This could be bad if the Sylveon comes out. It's also bad if Goodra comes out. Honestly, I'm fine with it, though, I think. Maybe he doesn't bring Meowstic. Maybe he realizes Meowstic was a weak link there. What did he have? He had dual screens, Light Screen, and Psychic. And Pyukumuku only showed Toxic. Who is it going to be this time? 2D Gabby. That's the same lead, isn't it? Oh, no. Marowak, yes. Got it. That's why I led Solomons. It's because now this Marowak cannot kill my Mr. Mime now that it's intimidated. And to account for, I guess, both Fake Out and Light Screen, we'll just double into the Marowak. What's the worst case scenario? Worst case scenario is Fake Out on a Mr. Mime and then two high rolls from the Bone Meringue to kill Mr. Mime and then Pukumuku in the back. It could also just be Light Screen. This kills under Light Screen though, so I'm just gonna do this. They're both intimidated, so the and this one isn't the other one was living just barely by the skin of its teeth. The defensive Mr. Mime. This one has a little bit more breathing room, so even with the Fake Out. Ooh, interesting. Who's that? Goodra? Gloopy, yeah. It's Sap Sipper probably. Fake Out. That's actually fine. I'm fine with that. It is Sap Sipper. Okay. Okay. What do we do with Solomon? So we switch. There's no screen up, right? So, Goodra. So with, hang on, Light Screen does affect, so it's going to take 20 from Psyshock. Soloment's week 7. Yeah, I can't kill this Goodra right now. I could Protect. Is it physical? Is it physical Goodra? I'm fine switching, actually, to this. This is a very good switch, I think. Mystical Fire? I kind of like that. Or Taunt the Meowstic. I could Taunt the Meowstic, actually. It's between Taunt and Mystical Fire. I'm gonna... I want a Mystical Fire. Gloopy. Got it in? Okay. Sandstream. Reflect. That's interesting. Oh, he doesn't know I'm Special Solomons. Lower that. Special attack. Dragon Pulse on the X... Yep. Alright. And I don't really care about Light Screen, I don't think. I'm fine just letting this Meowstic sit there forever. So I now... Let's see the Goodra. Under dual screens, I have Gigalith out. Week 7 Gigalith. Rock Slide's going to do 30% to this Goodra. Well, assuming it's the bulky one. I don't know necessarily what it is. Goodra. Does Heavy Slam more? Superpower actually does 50%. I'm just fine locking into Rock Slide though. And then I'll Psyshock with this guy. That's fine. The Goodra revealed Dragon Pulse. Muddy Water. Neither die. Please no accuracy drops. Mr. Mime lowers accuracy, that's fine though. Okay, Rock Slide. Good, that's dead next turn. Does Taunt have accuracy? Taunt is, I'm assuming 100% accurate, right? Yeah, okay, so Taunt can miss. That might be scary if Pukumuku's in the back. So I could find a Rock Slide again. And I could switch in... I don't really want to switch in Excadrill. I'm actually just fine double attacking. I don't mind. Gloopy's drawing out Marowak probably. Sudoku, that's a new one. Dusclops. I need to taunt this. It's pressure, that's interesting. I need to land a taunt on this. Psychic. Good. Mr. Mime's the fastest, that makes sense. Then 2D. Oh, Mr. Mime's faster than 2D, that's good to know. Eviolite, so no citrus there. I'm fine rock sliding again, and now I taunt the Dusclops. I just have to hit the taunt. Hopefully that Muddy Water accuracy drop does not affect this this taunt. We did hit. Good, good, good. Psychic. I am in range to get killed by Nightshade, which it is. Okay. Okay. So, we can figure out what this Meowstic is, I think, right about now. Because like, the screen should be wearing off, if it's not. Let's check Excadrill versus Dusclops. High horsepower in the sand. 22 damage. Okay, I'm fine with that. Can't set Trick Room or anything right now. Alright, let's check these screens. One turn of Sandstorm. One turn left of Reflect. So that should wear off this turn. I am actually thinking about going for Iron Head. I could Swords Dance, actually. That's not a bad idea. And then I will Energy Ball the Meowstic to kill it, so that he can't reset up Reflect. And the Meowstic did reveal Fake Out. And the Dusclops revealed Nightshade. Is that Marowak? Gabby is Marowak, I think, right? Yeah. Oh, that's a good, not quite what I was aiming for, but I'm quite happy to hit it. I feel like the Meowstic probably is... Ah, fuck, we missed. Nightshade on probably Exca, right? Yeah, needs chip on that. Does Light Screen wear off? Or Reflect? No. Okay, good to know. Excadrill. So high horsepower to Marowak. Week 7 is doing 40 to 50 on it +2. 87. So 73 on Iron Head. And then Mr. Mime. Energy Ball is doing 40. So 70. Iron Head into Energy Ball is a guaranteed KO. The issue is that Mr. Mime has that special attack, or the accuracy drop. So I'm going to do this. Gabby has Protect. Okay. How's this late game looking? I can live 2 more things. I should have Swords Dance there. That was risky of him. Because I think the taunt is wearing off here. When's this Reflect wearing off? This turn? 2 turns left. Shit. I could Protect here. And then Taunt. I think that's fine. I just gotta hit the Taunt. Dude, if I had hit the Energy Ball on that switch, that would have been so nice. Oh, if the Dusclops... I feel like it's gonna set Trick Room. Switch Gabby, right, into probably Goodra. 2D, that's Meowstic. Okay, that's fine. Taunt, Taunt, Taunt. Please hit. Oh, he went for... Thank God, dude. Alright, this is actually really good then. Because now we Iron Head this. And we Taunt. And then he cannot get up. Oh, I forgot about Fake Out. Okay, that's fine. As long as we hit the Taunt. Just don't set Trick Room. Okay, good. Now... Oh, it's going to reset Reflect. I forgot about that. Shoot. Okay, that's fine. So with this Excadrill... High horsepower... I'm fine going for high horsepower and then doubling into the Dusclops here. What do I do with Mr. Mime? Do I kill the Meowstic? Yeah, I think killing Meowstic is better. I'm actually going to, just to stall out, go back. I think we can protect here because he's obviously going to attack the Marowak, or the dude. I'm just going to kill the Meowstic to keep Light Screen off the field. Alright, just kill the Meowstic. Please just hit. There's the Reflect going back up, which is really annoying, unfortunately. Please hit. Okay, good. Mr. Mime does pick up. I'm going to actually just do 1 and 1, because I think that's how the rules are. So right now, X goes 3, Mr. Mime has 2. There's the Nightshade. Light Screen goes down. Okay, so now Light Screen's off the field for the rest of the game. Very nice. So that means I can kill Dusclops. Or I could trade Excadrill for whoever's in the partner slot. Gabby is Marowak. And I'm actually kind of content to just go for high horsepower and Psyshock into the Dusclops slot. Does that kill? No Light Screen up. Dusclops weak 7. Psyshock's doing 16. And Excadrill at +2. High Horsepower's doing 43. I'm actually going to Energy Ball, so that way if I kill the Dusclops with High Horsepower, it gets redirected into Gabby. Okay, that's what I expected. I did expect that Protect there. So this, High Horsepower, as long as we hit. Okay, that's good. Extra picks up a 4th. That was aimed into the Dusclops. And then Goodra comes in. Oh, Goodra's at, like, no HP. I didn't know that. So I'm fine to Iron Head the Goodra and Energy Ball the Marowak. I think as long as we hit the Energy Ball, I think we're in a very good spot. Because we have to hit Energy Ball, or there's no Light Screen, so we can one-shot Marowak with Draco Meteor. So Excadrill's going to pick up another one. That's 5 for Excadrill. Marowak, or Mr. Mime's going to pick up. Actually, Mr. Mime doesn't pick up. Oh, no, it doesn't even connect. So he should kill the Marowak, or the, that, yes, that is correct. Bone Meringue on that. Bone Meringue. And then Salamence comes out here. And Draco Meteor should kill this. We could give Mr. Mime an extra KO, but it's not necessary, I don't think. I'm going to Draco, and I'm going to Energy Ball. So basically, he can't kill both of them. I would have to miss every single attack in order for this Marowak to pull out a victory. Maybe it'll live. Maybe it'll live, and then Mr. Mime gets the 3rd KO. No, it doesn't. Salamence picks up 1. Well played to my opponent. That was a very good... You played really well game 2. Great job at adapting. My opponent, that was very well played by my opponent. They picked out the exact lead that they needed. Yeah, that was a very good battle. Well, so very well played to my opponent. I hope to see them in playoffs because I think the Brunswick Chatots have a very good record right now, so I could see them in playoffs again. I'm excited to see that. But anyway, if you've enjoyed this battle, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next week, the last week of I don't know what we call it, just the last week of the league before playoffs. And with that win, I am actually guaranteed to make playoffs, so you'll get a couple more matches from me. So I'll see you then.